All right, guys, I just want to mention this video that Truth is Christ YouTube channel posted. Now, in John 21:2, there is a list of disciples that go out. Now, some of them have surnames. So what it says, Simon Peter, Thomas called Didymus, Nathanael of Cana in Galilee, and the sons of Zebedee is what it says. And it says that there's two more. Now, if you think about who the sons of Zebedee are, you know that it's James and John. So the names that you get, if you take their 5 first names of the ones that are listed that we know are there, it's Peter, Thomas, Nathanael, James, and John. Now there's actually 7 there because there's 2 more, but they're, I guess, still unknown. But those 5 names, when it's mentioning those men, shows up 153 times exactly in the King James Version, right? Now they're out on the boat that mentions 153 fish. If you add 153 to their names being mentioned in the Gospels, and you count the verses instead of how many mentions, you get 153 verses exactly. Now, if you look at just the first 3 names that are mentioned, which is going to be Simon and Peter and Thomas, because Simon Peter is one guy, but the first 3 names in that verse that are mentioned in that verse, Simon, Peter, and Thomas, those 3 names show up 153 times in the Gospels when it's mentioning those 2 men, I guess. Peter is mentioned in 153 verses, and he's the first man mentioned, right, in that verse. And then when you look at the names, if you just look at the first 5 names that are explicitly mentioned, you have Simon, Peter, Thomas, you have Didymus, and then Nathanael. Those are the first 5 just when you're looking at the names themselves. Now, if you look at when those are mentioned for those men, the 153rd mention lands coincidentally at the very beginning of a verse, and the verse is John 21:11, the same verse where 153 fish are mentioned. So that all being true, while also the 7s and the 6s and all these other patterns are also true about the verses and the counts and everything of all the words, what are the chances of that? Can somebody even, are we finding so many patterns that humans don't even know how to computationally construct a Bible or a book that actually can have all these patterns, even if they've tried to, because there's too many overlapping patterns. It's like trying to find, say, a number, like a 256-bit number, that's its own hash when you take the SHA-256 of a number. Can you find that? It's only 256 bits, and yet the difficulty to find it may be incredible. So it's like showing like the difficulty to even computationally come up with a book like the 1611 King James Version Bible, because this only applies to that, by the way. It's either the authorized or the 1611. They're like off by like 1 word. So there's something going on with that, but like these patterns show up and they apply just specifically to the 1611 King James Version Bible, and they're crazy, insane patterns. So let me know what you think.